Usually I'm just like 20 to 40 bucks a day. But even if you're spending $100 to get a customer, 200 bucks to get a customer after you've like messaged a few people, they didn't message back, all that stuff. You go to the job, it's a $500 job, you upsell them, you do the neighbor, boom, you could be at $1,000 for that day just from that like lead. So it's like that's just how you like really focus on a little bit more leverage and such.
Welcome to the Home Service Chad podcast, the show for home service entrepreneurs who don't just want to make money, but who also want to build elite lives and create impact. Each week, Louis sits down with high performers in home services to uncover the secrets to their success. No fluff, no shortcuts, just real conversations with those doing the work. Now, here's your host, Louis Moucher.
Alrighty, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today I've got someone most of you guys know. He's big in the home service space, probably one of the biggest personal brands. He's genius with online marketing for home service businesses. He's also a veteran. He's a dad. Guys, today I've got my man Spencer Claeys. Spencer, bro, I appreciate you coming on.
Sure, man. Thanks for having me here.
Let's dive right into it, bro. So most people on here probably know who you are. You've got one of the biggest personal brands in home service, I think. Can you give anyone who doesn't really know, like I don't know much about your upbringing either, so kind of give everybody a rundown of who Spencer Claeys is and, you know, how you got into home service, kind of like that, the whole history, you know?
Yeah. I was always into sports, and so I remember like, you know, I was always doing sports in like high school, and then I was I didn't work too much in high school. I would just do like, you know, odd jobs like for friends, family, people with the church, and making money outside. And then when I went to college, I was doing sports there too. So I had a couple like little tiny jobs where I was making, you know, minimum wage after high school. And so I've done pretty much every job. You know, I've gone up to Alaska for fishing. I've, you know, went to the Navy Reserves for 6 years, and, you know, retail, restaurants, all sort of stuff. So I've pretty much tried every job, and I always saw like the people around. I was like, these people are like 40, 50. They're working like the same hours. They're making like, you know, 12, 10 bucks an hour. And so like from a very, very early, I was like, this is probably not it. Like this is, I don't know what I'm doing here. But so I just didn't quite know what that thing was, about what I could do, until like I started hearing about like, I actually met one of my buddies now. He has a landscaping business, but he does it a bit differently, where he's got like, he just hires people per hour, and they have the recurring model, you know. He charges people like $150 a month. They got like a few hundred clients, you know. So it's like, you know, bands every month just stacking. So
is this
I remember
lawn care
meeting
stuff?
him. What was that?
This is lawn care stuff?
Yeah, lawn care.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. And so I met him, and then I remember he had a friend that was doing like the gutters and such. And so I was just, that piqued my interest for sure. I don't know. My dad always made me do gutters back when I was a kid, and I've never been afraid of getting up on a roof. So I heard his buddy was making like $900 a day doing gutters. I was like, that's crazy. So I watched a few videos, but I pretty much just like dove straight into it. I just like I ended up getting a pressure washer first and started knocking doors, landed my first job like first day, and then just kind of took off from there. And then it was actually during COVID too, so there was a few weeks where like no one was answering the door. So then I kind of had to stop doing that. That's kind of when I switched to Facebook ads. It's kind of like, you know, whenever there's something.
So you started like during COVID?
Yeah, that was like the first. I remember vividly starting in February of 2020, because then I had 2 weeks in the Navy. They send you like every year to like over somewhere. I actually went to Thailand for 2 weeks, and that was like in late February, early March, and that was like right when things were like, people were talking about it. I remember like some people like from Korea had came in with like all the masks on. I was like, what the heck's going on here? And then I was like, it's just probably just the Koreans or whatever. But then turns out they were like, by the time we were almost done there, we were like, oh, we might get quarantined here. I was like, oh shit. But it didn't happen. We ended up coming back, and then that's when I just picked up the pressure washer again, because again, the military, I don't know, it's not what it was. It's for some people it might be a great path, but for me, just personally, just the way things are now, the current, you know, administration, anything that's just like, I don't know. It's just we don't need to get into that today, but it's yeah. Anyways, so then started doing the pressure washing again, and then
So this
yeah,
was like
just,
houses and driveways and stuff?
yeah, mostly just
And later you
driveways.
got into roof stuff?
And then, yeah, I remember I did a roof job. Someone was like, so just like, I'm sure you know too, and anyone who's knocked doors, like, knocking doors is a great way to just kind of get a feel for the market, feel for what people need, because you're just talking to people, hey, what's going on? Like, we're just working next door. Like, what do you guys need? And if you just ask people what they need, they'll just tell you, like, oh yeah, I've had a landscaping guy. Like, oh, do you know anyone who can fix my chimney? Or they're like, they'll just start talking, and it's just like, I just kept seeing like roofs, gutters, just kept popping up. So
Especially
that's
in
when I was
Seattle,
kind of
eh?
like switched to that. Yeah.
Okay, bro. And so, dude, this is kind of off topic, but I remember this might have been like the first time I came across you, like when I was just starting Windows. Like, you know, I didn't even know what it was. I watched a video by you, and it was like copy. You were like split testing AI copy and your copy in a Facebook ad. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, though. And so I remember you were already kind of like pretty big on YouTube, and this is also stuff that I want to touch on, like the personal brand stuff. But did you get that started? Because I thought you were doing like home services way before. You know, did you start like YouTube and all that?
Kind of like as
Right
I was
away?
starting, like I think
Yeah.
2020, like the first like 2 years, I didn't really do anything. I just was just kind of like doing the home service, and then again, I always just get that feeling of like, I could do something else. Like just the massive like ADHD, just like I'm just like my wife drives her crazy. I'm always like on to another project, but it's how I work, and but it's a lot of fun when you can kind of like get something off the ground and then have other people come in and like help manage it and such. So that's kind of what I do now. And so, yeah, we got deep into the Facebook ads at that time.
Yeah.
And wrote a couple like little ebooks, and then started building that, started selling the ebooks, and that was cool. So I enjoy that. I like writing as well too, so that's kind of a fun thing.
Writing.
And
Oh, nice.
yeah, so I got like 5 books out, I think. So
Yeah.
always just kind of like anytime I learn something new, I try and just like condense my thoughts into like a book, and then just get it out. Even if I've had one or two that didn't do so good, but then some that sell like almost every day. It's kind of cool. So
Yeah.
I like it.
Right on. Dude, I kind of want to talk about the actual business. So you've got, like, your business is Northwest Pro Rush, right?
Yeah.
You guys operate up in Seattle. What's it kind of looking like? Like, you obviously got the personal brand, you've got all that stuff going, so you're kind of like balancing everything. What's the business looking like?
Yeah, I mean, so I kind of like made a tweet about this the other day. It was like you can there's really only two routes with home service. There's really just big or small. It's either like you're kind of like you're running it with like maybe a few guys, or you're just or just one guy chucking a truck, and that's totally fine. And then you can go out, you keep the personal touch, you can keep good prices because you don't have a bunch of overhead, or you go big. You get salespeople, you get crews, you go millions of dollars, but obviously you're making less profit, but you're making a lot of money. And it's just, so it's like, do you want a lot of revenue or do you want more profit? And so I kind of just focused. I always just knew, I was like, okay, I don't really want to have like a massive like home service business. So I've always just kept it kind of small. And that's, I kind of try and put every little extra bit of energy towards like the online stuff, because I just see more potential. You can just help more people. You can just become a bigger, more impact, and that's, I think, as a man.
Very high leverage, bro.
Yeah, that's what every man wants. You want to be able to have a higher impact on the world. And so, cleaning is great. It's a great way to make money. True. 10, 20K, 30, 40K per month. For me, that's kind of where it peaks out. I personally don't really want to go past that. Like, if we definitely could. Right now, we're kind of in a little like grind session. I'm trying to we're going to build a house and such. So we've been knocking a lot more doors. And so just really hustling it out. But typically we don't do that as much. I just have like 4 guys, and then we run ads, got the website, kind of just maintains itself,
Yeah. You kind of sub it out, keep it on the back end.
Yeah, sub out the work. You can hire employees too, and it's like, that's like another thing that I just didn't really want to make.
Yeah, there's kind of that jump, like where you, like, we don't have a shop yet, stuff like that. But I feel like that's kind of like, if you want to get to like $1 million a year, like top line, you got to start getting, you got to look into shops. You got to start getting all your vehicles dialed. your overhead's going way up. You're gonna probably need an office admin, so.
Yeah, and it's whatever it's whatever you like whatever you want to do. Like I know some people like oh yeah, like I have all these people like and I love like managing it and it's like cool. Like for me, I just personally like don't want to put that much into like something that I just know there's other things out there to do. It's kind of like the beginning. Something's always just calling me to like a next stage. So like now I got, we're working on more videos, but also I got like the software and we got the product too, like the roof cleaning stuff.
Yeah,
so
bro. That's awesome.
We're just trying to like put out as much as we can and, just see what happens too. Like I don't ever really have too much expectation now. I'm almost 30, so your audience is probably you guys are a little bit younger.
Yeah,
but,
I think it's like 16 to 20-ish.
Yeah.
A lot of young guys getting out of high school trying to figure out what they want to do. So, dude, yeah, the guidance
so cool,
is powerful.
Dude. Like just starting, like anyone listening, just like starting when you're young, like because I know like 25 is like when your brain kind of starts like the neuroplasticity is like slowing down where your brain's kind of done growing. Essentially you can still learn things and you can but we know like looking around most human beings, like most adults really don't, like they don't. If you ask an average person like when was the last time you read a book or what book have you read, and it's like, oh, I think I read in high school like freaking Lord of the Flies or something. Yeah. It's like they haven't read, they don't actually learn. I know that you're always reading and such. Was that?
I said I think you just get busy, Most people get really busy.
Yeah, they get busy doing shit that they don't really want to do. I think that's the biggest like curse of humanity is like we're just like you're just bogged down by all these little things that you don't really want to do. And so I've always been very like good about cutting those off. Like if I don't like doing something, I don't do it. I just like immediately stop, get rid of it,
out or just don't.
Yeah, it's because there's like deep inside if it's something that's like good for you. Like obviously like if you're like doing a job and you see the door next door the house, it's dirty, you're like, oh, I should knock that door. It's like that's a different versus like, oh, I should go like ask my boss for a raise or like, oh, I should go ask for a job. Like that just feels like icky for me. It always just felt kind of weird. Like I remember like when I worked at a tire shop, it was like after 6 months you had to go like in and like ask the boss to like interview you again for like a 50-cent raise. Like 50 cents, dude. It's like thinking back, I remember at the time I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. We'll be able to make some more money. Yeah. What, like $2 a day or something, or $5 a day? I don't know.
That's crazy.
But it's just stupid, man. And so but the key though, I feel like for anyone is like really getting that bug early, like before 25, because after that, after 25, after 30, because I work with a lot of guys, I got guys in my group and such. It gets way harder because you get more settled down into the comfort. Your mind is like less like. It's more risk averse because 16, 20, you go out and start a business, you fail.
Family,
So now we got family but now it's like now I know though. Now it's like, and you see any entrepreneur that we follow on Instagram, like they know too. Like, oh yeah, if I needed to, I could make money tomorrow. It's like that confidence that you really just establish that young. It's not even like you're really taking risks though. You're knocking doors, you're cleaning windows. Like there's really no. It's like almost foolproof, really. So if you're not afraid of hard work and such.
Yeah. Dude, I find it so funny, bro. Like, window washing in particular is just so easy. Like, the actual washing's super easy. And, dude, getting jobs, like, you knock doors, anyone can knock doors.
Yeah.
And make, like, whatever in a day. I kind of want to get into some more, like, Facebook ad stuff. I know you're big on Facebook ads. SEO stuff too, sort of. But yeah, I think Facebook ads is a big one because we've ran some Facebook ads. I've ran a couple, but I'm not like that well versed, so I kind of want to get into that and see, what approach do you take when you run a campaign, and what do you teach your guys to do? What do you kind of look for? When do you kill an ad? Stuff like that.
Yeah, so ads are a great way to just like. Essentially, you're just purchasing more customers that you can once you figure out your numbers and such too. We were talking at the beginning of the call, like or before we got on, like you're in a smaller town, and that will be a little bit harder because it works better with volume. Like, just the costs get a little bit higher.
Yeah, Really, in a
also,
smaller town.
Yeah, what was that?
You said in a smaller town it's usually higher?
Yeah, a smaller town, it's like it can be weird too. Some towns like Facebook ads are like they don't work as well. I'm not quite sure why. We've had some kids in like middle of Pennsylvania, like a 10,000 person town, doing pretty well with them, and then someone in like freaking I don't know, North Carolina will be like, hey, it's not working, and they're like in a small. So it's also there's a little bit of a factor of like sometimes the people in the market just aren't like hip to it. I don't know, like there is so many different like average. But the point is though, like with Facebook though, is you're purchasing people's eyeballs, and so
Right.
you just got to figure out what those people are. Obviously, if I know people in like California, like Yelp is a bigger thing. Some people like swear just by Google. And so for me personally, just in my area, just Facebook has always been fire, and I've always been able to kind of figure out what ad I need to run. So, but for anyone listening, you'll kind of get a feel for like what like lead source, what like channel of where people are at, where you need to go find them at.
Do you think you just have to test like a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, and like
test a bunch of paid marketing channels, and then like the thing up here, I've tested like Google ads and stuff. We've actually had good results with Facebook. Google, like the $600 thing they give you.
Yeah, they'll give you like credits all the time. Like
yeah, so I ran that up, but dude, the market's so small. There's no search volume.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and so it was like it didn't work at all. So.
Yeah, and especially for like lower ticket stuff like this, it's the search volume is kind of like really not a thing. That's why like interruption marketing is so much bigger, like Facebook
Right.
or even door to door. That's interruption marketing. You're like knocking and like interrupting someone's day, right? So that's like where I would focus on, and then
for more like less demand driven home services.
Yeah, exactly. Like if someone's like, I always say the example of like if someone's tooth is hurting, or their toilet is spewing shit, they're gonna call a plumber immediately. They're gonna go on Google. They're gonna look it up. Tow truck. That's another person. Like they're on the side of the road.
Yeah.
They're not scrolling on Facebook. They're gonna find that demand-driven business. But window cleaning is more of like I have a party next week. Like and it's just kind of in the back of their head. It's not like a pressing issue. So, but then when they see it on Facebook, they're like, oh yeah, like that is like I wanted some window cleaning. So it's kind of a cool thing. And because Facebook is very good at showing ads to people, it knows kind of like who to show to. Because if you did Mrs. Stevenson last week, it's smart. It'll be like, what if we showed it to like her neighbors, Becky and Sue, and then the neighbors know. And then it's like Facebook is really good at that too. And
do you usually do like Advantage or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I just like have Facebook just do its own thing. Like I just anything where it's like, oh, we recommend this, yes. Like I'll just like have it do that. So I keep it like super simple. Also, just so I can just teach it like easier. Just like, hey, just do that. Don't like. There's no like crazy. Maybe like 4 years ago, it was a little bit. You had to do like some targeting and such. But now, like, I don't do any targeting. I don't do
even do the
shit.
age thing.
Maybe a little bit of age, maybe, but like I said, Facebook and my page too. I've just spent like tens of thousands of dollars on ads. Like Facebook has a lot of data on my customers, so it knows like who to show the ads to. Essentially, you're kind of building like an ethereal list.
It's like an
everyone's
asset
like, oh,
almost.
build your list. But now it's like all these companies already have your list, right?
Yeah.
They have like all your customers, so you just got to pay them a little bit of money to get access to it, and then the rest is up to you. Like you pay even if your cost per lead is high. Let's say it's like really high, like $20 to $40 a lead, really high. We're paying like $5 a lead
bad
now.
Though.
Yeah,
you're paying 12.
We're paying 5. So
really,
yeah, I mean,
and that's roof.
Yeah, roof and gutters. So
wow.
But I mean, we've been doing it for a while. So, but even let's say it's $20 to $40.
Yeah.
You get, let's say, or let's call it 50. Really, really high and just easy math sake. Let's say you spent $200. That's really high, man. Usually I'm just like $20 to $40 a day. But even if you're spending $100 to get a customer, $200 to get a customer after you've like messaged a few people, they didn't message back, all that stuff. You go to the job, it's a $500 job, you upsell them, you do the neighbor, boom, you could be at $1,000 for that day just from that like lead. So it's like that's just how you like really focus on a little bit more leverage and such.
Yeah. What kind of like, dude, $5 is nuts. Is that messenger stuff? or
Yeah.
messenger leads?
Yeah.
Have you done instant forms?
Yeah.
What do you prefer? Or what do you,
I just like
'cause,
messengers because
obviously you
it's
get
easy.
a lower cost per lead with.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
and that's what everyone says. Like, oh, the leads I get from Messenger are not as good. People don't mess. But I don't know, dude. I look at it like just volume. Just like I'm just like Chad ramming these like ads just like all day, every day. We run ads 365 days a year. Like people are, it like you've probably think of anything you just recently bought. It's like you maybe saw the ad if it from an ad. You probably saw the ad like 7 to 10 times maybe before you're like, oh yeah. So like people will like click on it. Maybe they'll even fill it out. But like, no one's really like, it doesn't really matter like that much. I just try and like focus. Like when someone's ready, boom, we'll go book them. I kind of run more of like a marketing led business. I'm not like super like salesy. Like as soon as they like fill out their thing, I'm calling them. Right. I mean, I guess you should, but like I don't. I just like pretty laid back, pretty chill with it. Like when someone gives us their contact info, we'll text them whenever. But I mean, we probably could do better. I know like, oh, speed to lead, but it's like we message them back when we can. I mean, people kind of know that we're busy as well, so that's kind of what we.
Yeah.
If you write the ad in the right way, like, hey, we're busy right now, but we got a
Right.
few spots open. Like, they kind of know.
It
like,
has to align with your actual, the
Yeah.
way you like communicate with them.
Because and you want to be like, and that's why I like messages too, because like it's more of like a human connection. Like,
Right.
if let's say you did go online and you like filled out a form for somebody for like a quote for something, and someone immediately calls you, it's kind of like
Right.
it's kind of off-putting. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get fucking sold like a motherfucker here.
Yeah.
People don't like that. Then some people maybe do, but I personally don't. I fucking hate it when someone's like really salesy and they call you and then they come out with the quote with the clipboard and it's like they're gonna like massively upcharge you. People kind of have a sense about that, so we kind of just don't do that. We keep it chill, run messenger ads, we message them back when we can, and obviously like as quick as we can. But yeah, that's kind of how we run it.
You have
That makes sense.
automations.
Yeah, we got a few. We have like high level, and so I kind of like
Yeah,
white label it for.
You're a
that,
go
too.
high level.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of automations do you run?
I mean, mostly just like review automations. Like anytime we do a job, I tried like the bot for like the AI chat,
Yeah.
but my guys didn't like it. So like that's so kind of the way my business works. I just got like 4 subcontractors, and they have access to my account, so they can like message people from the CRM, and it works out great. So they like just messaging people back. I got humans to do it.
So they do the sales and then they go service it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, they do that, and then so that's just kind of what works out best for us. Like they don't have to like worry about anything. They find where the customer's at. They go quote it, sell it, and so, we only have I think we had a few other automations that some kid helped me set up. I say kid, he's probably really as old as me, but I can't even remember. But he had a bunch of like Google stuff as well too. But I don't know. Like I said, I keep it super simple.
That's awesome, bro. What would you do for like I don't know, you get a new business, how do you advise them, for Facebook ads and stuff? Because you obviously mentioned like some markets don't work. At what point do you just say like, no, this isn't going to work here? What are you looking at, Or like if you get someone in your coaching program, like how do you help them out there?
Yeah, I mean, so I always try and like help people where they're at. Like some people obviously have like a different like more of an affinity to doing something, and if they don't like to do a certain way, like I'm not gonna like push it on that. So I just like try and focus on it. Also, what I know is working in the area. Like if someone's in Texas, for example, I'm like, okay, this ad is cooking, so we can just run this ad, and that'll usually work. Like we're kind of at a point now where we can run ads and it will work. Like I'm not like, we have some good tricks where we can kind of just make an ad, or at least, and that's the thing too. Like most people just quit because they're not in it long enough. Because once you're running ads for like years, like I've been, like you realize like, okay, I'm spending $40 a day, but like we're making way fucking more than that. Like it might take like. I might actually, like, if you started running ads right now, like today, it might take, like, a couple days to weeks before you really start seeing, like, that return on investment when people are, like, buying because maybe they start messaging you tomorrow, and then it takes like a week to close them, and then you do the job the next week. So it might be 2 weeks before you actually see that money back. But if you like look at your numbers, okay, we're spending this much, we're making this much back. Like you're gonna make the money back. And so I look at it like a long-term investment is like running ads.
Yeah.
Not just like a short-term like that's how some people, and obviously you can, but like I look at it like more long-term.
Yeah, you're kind of looking at it like a brand awareness play, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like the more people that know you, and so yeah, for anyone that's like just getting started, like ideally, yeah, we just get more people to know you. We start really dialing in the reviews as well too, like making sure that that's set up with like
Facebook
Google
reviews
for sure. Start with Facebook for like get to like 6 reviews, because then you'll be like recommended, and then go everything else Google, everything else Google.
Okay,
So,
at least 6 reviews
on Facebook.
What does that do?
It's because before that it doesn't give you a star rating. It says like like there are 4 reviews or something, and then you can click on it. But before that, there is no like, it doesn't give you like a star, or it doesn't give you any stars. So I would just
Dude, we have 1 Facebook review, bro. And we have 93 Google.
Yeah.
So we're doing well on Google, but like, bro, I've kind of put my Facebook page on the back end, and I think we got to run it up.
Yeah. Treat your Facebook like anything else, dude. It's it's like you need to make sure there's content on there. Make sure people can see your face too. Mm-hmm. That's another big thing. People can see your face is like, because at the end of the day, man, like we'll always have like that versus like, because there's like I said, there's always the big companies that can come in and they have a fancy sales guy, but something just is so nice about
owner operator stuff.
Yeah, guys like you and me that we're just like friendly guys. We go out, quote a job, like, hey, like how can we help you? Like, or we did some doors yesterday and like landed some jobs. It's like really not that hard. You're just like a genuinely like nice person. You going out, so kind of like take that same like mentality, that same energy, and you put that on online too. It's like put your face, put like what you believe, like your brand, all that sort of stuff, photos of your jobs, your clients, like all this sort of stuff, and that really goes a long way.
Yeah, bro. So, do you run picture ads or videos or both?
I mostly only just run video ads now, so I don't really do any pictures.
Because obviously Facebook's like interruption stuff. Right, so it's kind of like short form content. You got to have a hook. You got to have, you got to draw people in and then get them to click.
Yeah, you're doing. Short form content
up?
Is pretty much just like what I run ads as now too. So, and like I always tell people the play too is just like if you're posting TikTok or Instagram already, you kind of can see what videos do well, and then you just like, okay, this is a good this is really engaging like hook, or this is a cool like shot. And then I'll just put some money behind, or I'll like change it up. Obviously, like maybe do a voiceover, or you can even have like an AI voiceover of like, hey, people in people in Canada, we have a special for going on right now we're doing roofs and gutters in the area. We got a couple spots open this week. If you're seeing this ad, it's still up, but we just got another truck, so we don't know how long the special is gonna last. Blah blah blah. I don't know. So but,
you got to really customize it though.
Yeah, you can like say like the city and such, like hey, like Seattle, or hey, like Western Washington, or hey, Yukon area. Obviously, you're in a tiny town. You could probably just say your town, so like it's small enough.
Right.
I'm in kind of a bigger city, and some people are in bigger cities where it's kind of tricky, but that's where you should kind of know your audience. Like I know someone, I was in like North Carolina, and I was like, what would you say your area is? He's like, oh, this is like the Triad area, like the 3 cities. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, let's say the Triad then. Like, hey, Triad people, I don't know. Or you could like Central Valley or something, like whatever your area is. Everyone kind of knows what I'm talking about, but having that like market awareness too is good.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Anything else on Facebook ads, bro, for the people?
Don't overcomplicate it. Like, that's the biggest thing I see. People like look at it like, oh, I'm spending $5 a day. Like I can risk like $20 a day. It's like, dude, I wouldn't worry about it until you're spending like $400, $500. Like Look at it as like you're investing this into your brand equity. You're not spending,
Right.
you're not just like burning money. It's not going to the casino. It's like you are intelligently investing in growing your brand awareness. So you should be able to, you should try and spend as much as you can. So I would start at least 20, 40 bucks a day, slap a good offer there, have a great video. And like, that's really as simple as it needs to be. Like, don't overcomplicate it.
What's an example of an offer? Let's say for windows. So I know roof, you can do like roof and free gutter cleanings. That's pretty big. What would you do for windows though?
I've seen like, 149. I mean, if you really want to cut down, you could do 99 and then do some sort of upsells and such as well. And then,
dude, that's crazy. Like when you start doing those, like you throw the dollar at them.
Throw the dollar?
Yeah. Well, no, like you say, like 99. Do you do starting at or no? Just straight up?
Starting
Word.
at or starting.
So you
at
really sell it for your whatever you'd sell it for.
Exactly. Like it's people always are like, I've only one time in my entire life had a person that was like mad that I wouldn't do his roof for $299, and I said, bro, like you have a freaking $3 million house. It was just only one example. Everyone else knows. Like people are smart. That's the thing too. Like I see a lot of people like, guys starting their business. They assume like their customers are dumb, but it's like no. Like just like give them with a good, clean, honest offer. Don't try and like, bait and switch. Like pull the rug. Like people are smart, dude. Just like run a decent offer. Go out in person, talk to them, shake their hands, smile at them, get them a great quote, and that's really all there is to it. Like you don't have to. Do something crazy, have some crazy targeting, this and that. It's just, hey, we want people to know our business. Give us a call. We'll come out, give them a friendly quote. Boom.
So you do mostly in person? I guess your ticket's pretty big. Like for us, bro, it makes no sense. Like we get windows, we can just look at it on maps and just, let them know. Because our ticket's so low, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do so much in person anymore, like, unless, the ticket's going to be bigger. But I mean, it depends. Like we have some where, like for example, I did one yesterday. It was just a 300, so I went out there. But I knew it was a good neighborhood, so I knew we were going to do some doors.
Right.
And Jonah, like one of my guys, is doing one today for like 2,300, and so that one's like you're not going to get that unless you are going in person and like quoting them. So I will say that like pretty much almost always going out and doing it in person makes sense because you can almost always get an extra 100, 200 bucks. So you're pretty much paying yourself to go out there. And I mean, you're in a smaller area though too, bro. I mean, it's not like how far would like a typical quote be? Like you're driving 30 minutes, 45 or so?
No, dude, not even.
So
like 10 minutes. You drive from one end of the city to the other in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, so for you, I mean, that also is like, I mean, it makes a little bit of sense. Here too, I mean, because we do have a huge area. We market from like, up to like north down to south is probably like 150 miles total. So we're like, because I got a bunch of guys spread out. So I'm not driving. I don't drive south at all. It's just like that would be like 2 hours for me. So it's I have my other guys do it, or I just quote it on the phone, or then I mean, because I can also just look up their address too, and then I'll give them a range as well too. Hey, like based on what your house is, you might be between 400 to 600, or we did a house like similar to that, it was around 8 to 1,000. Just kind of a rough estimate, give or take a little bit. It kind of depends what you want. And I always tell customers that too, like, hey, it really depends what you're looking for. Like, I'm not gonna like try and if you have like a budget, like, hey, I can't spend more than 500.
Right.
I'll do it for 500.
Figure out. Right.
I'm just not gonna do this, and that. But if you want 500, like, we'll figure it out. This is America. I'll do whatever you want for whatever price we agree on.
Yeah. What's your kind of return you get? Like your ROAS.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done the calculations in a while, but we're getting we're spending like I said, $40 a day right now, and minimum like 1,000 a day is usually kind of like our average, but some days like today probably close to like 3,000 or more in rev. So $40 to like 1,000 is like, I don't know what that is, but that's kind of minimum. So, but again, like I said, that's I mean, if we're looking at just like, because like for example, yesterday too, it was like we just had a $300 clean, right? Yeah. But I knocked multiple other doors, got an extra $500 in work, and then I'm going back today, probably get some more work today too. So it's like And this is the thing too that it kind of took me a while to realize. Like, there is no shortcut to like. There is no shortcuts at all. Like, even with ads, like everyone's like, oh, like it's a money printing machine. Even I've said this in the past, but it's really not. It's really just gets you like an opportunity to like go make more money. It gets you puts you in front of that customer, and it's really up to you to like go knock the doors, build your brand. Like, you can't just like sit back and like press a button and Facebook's just gonna build your business for you, right? Like, you gotta like put in the work still. So it really is how much work you're willing to put into it and growing it yourself.
Yeah. Do you have do you sell on like roof damage? Like, if you don't take care of this, And what are the actual numbers there?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
like,
so
is
we're
it
getting
worth
into
it
now
for
too.
people? Like, financially, they're saving money.
I don't typically do that. No, I don't sell. I don't use like. I really try not to use any sort of like fear or scarcity marketing, like fear-based marketing.
Right.
We're like, oh, I use a little bit, like, hey, like, if you don't
You
take
need to
care
have
of this,
some
we've seen
scarcity,
people
I
get
think.
like $4,000 of damage.
Right.
I have seen that, so you can slightly mention it, but I also try and just be like, hey, have you gotten your gutters taken care of this year? That's kind of like the mentality I try and like put into my ad. Hey, have you gotten your gutters taken care of this year? Have you gotten your windows done? It's like, oh, it is this year now. It is April. I probably should I haven't gotten it done. So just kind of getting that into a customer's head. And so, but yeah, to answer your other question too, like I've been kind of working on finding like some other contractors too. So I got like a decent little network now. So yeah, any roof damage, roof repairs, gutters, like that's
so you sell that too.
Yeah. So anytime,
dude, and that's like really demand driven too.
Yeah.
Right?
So talk to every client you do and be like, hey, what else do you guys need? That's something that will like change the game. And then if they're like, hey, I need someone to seal my driveway, someone to do this. Do you guys do pressure washing? Oh, this and that. It's like, oh, I don't do this, but I know a guy. And then just like, I mean, sometimes you don't even need to like get any money from it. Like if you have a buddy, just like last week, it was like a big pressure washing job. I was like, oh, we don't really do that, but like, here's my buddy. You can just do it. And he sent me he sent me like some really nice like light jobs and such because he didn't want to do it. And so it's like, if you can establish some goodwill with other companies in your area, or if maybe you have a referral base for like if you're doing like roof replacements or something,
Yeah. Dude, Christmas lights, bro. You got into that 2 years ago, 1 year ago?
Yeah, so I got like professional about it like 2 years ago. I started like when my first year or two, I was doing like the Home Depot lights. People had them like, oh, can you put in my lights for $300? I was like, yeah, sure, dude. I'll just like climb up there and do it. But now obviously we're doing like a bit bigger the jobs, but
yeah.
Dude,
do you have advice for selling lights? Because bro, I'm trying to get into a new market because we have like 5 months of the year. We get snow in October, so this year we did 8 Christmas light jobs, and like, dude, looking at it, it's like 80-20, bro. That's like that's the job for us that we're not profitable, that were taking us the longest. It's also because we only did like 8 of them. But we were trying to sell lights in like September, October. So we barely did anything. But I wanted to kind of ask you about that.
Do people not really even like do lights up there? I mean, I would imagine like a lot of people leave too, Is that like, is the winter?
Most people stay,
like,
bro. Like a lot of the people up here, they like doing snow stuff and snow sports.
Yeah.
The other thing too, though, is that like, bro, we went to do some Christmas light takedowns in March, and they were still frozen, so we had to go back. So the lights are up like 6 months of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing too. Yeah, me personally too. Christmas lights aren't real. Christmas lights are fun. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, people kind of have a different mentality here with them too. Like it's kind of like we don't do. We did a lot more like of the Govies and like some of the permanent light jobs last year too. So we're kind of getting into that. So maybe for you guys, you could be pitching those. Like the Govies are cheaper, but maybe permanent lights. Dude, try pitching those because people could like get those put up anytime. I mean, we're trying to do it right now. I ran some ads back in January. They didn't work. And so yeah, for anyone listening, like I run ads all the time. I try new things. Doesn't work. I lost $200. Who gives a shit?
I'll
try it again.
When do you kill it, dude? You know,
I mean, you can kind of tell
like,
if I've spent like $200, I'm like, okay, I've gotten like zero. Like you can kind of see when people
Right.
are like not interested at all. So even with like windows, maybe you're running a window cleaning at people just. I mean, obviously that's like your guys' main thing, but like we have some other guys in the group that like, oh yeah, we do windows, roofs, gutters, house wash, this, that. They got like 6 services they can choose from. Like you should be testing all those different services until you find one that's like, okay, Facebook likes
Right.
this, my customers like this, like it's a good like it's a good match, you know. So
yeah. Christmas lights, though, bro.
if people don't like it in your area too,
Yeah.
man, it's like that's the thing. Like I'll never try and sell ice to Eskimos. You know, we can kind of use that
Yeah.
in this situation. Like at the end of the day, we're just providing a service that people want. Like that's what our home service business does, and so people just like don't want it, or if it doesn't make sense, like shoot. So I don't know. Because we're looking at maybe moving as well this year into like a smaller town too. So kind of seeing like,
Would you keep it going there? Keep
What was
the
that?
home services going there too?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it going. I can keep subbing my guys out here,
Right.
and then, but I'm like, shoot, what should I do over there? Because like it is smaller. You know, it's like 90,000 people. I mean, for you that's like bigger, but like for me, we're coming from like a 3.4 million metro area, so it's like it's going small. But I did some work there last year. We did some Christmas light jobs, so we'll see how it goes. Like just casing the whole thing with yard signs, running a lot of
Yeah.
ads.
Are you going there mostly like to kind of raise your little guy?
Yeah, we got the family now. So and
Yeah.
my wife's family's from there, so
Okay.
she's got like all her cousins, and having someone that can help watch the kid, like it just gets
Yeah.
life gets busier, man, when
Yeah.
you get kids. But it's a lot of fun though.
Dude, I've heard this thing. It's like when you get a kid, you like suddenly lock in even harder. Is that true?
Yeah, dude, it really is. Cause like you like see your like kid's face, you're like, fuck, I need to like make more money. Like,
Really?
yeah, cause like I mean cause yeah, before it's like, dude, I was young and I had like a Toyota Corolla back when I started this business. Like,
Yeah.
I would drive to a customer's house the night before and just sleep in my fucking car. Cause there was like a time where like I'd like
Really?
I'd stopped renting, and so I was just like didn't have a place to live for like a month or two, and I would just like fucking clean roofs.
Yeah.
And
So, dude, is that like your low? Like, have you had some rock bottoms?
oh
you know?
yeah, I mean, even now, dude, it's like sometimes like things just don't go as well, dude. It like once you get used to like, oh, we made this much money this month, and then the next
Yeah.
month it's like, fuck, we did like half of what we did last month. It's like that still happens to this very day, but it's like you got to look at it like it all averages out like each year, you know, like okay, we did good this year, or even like I'm sure like people who've been in the game even longer than I have, like they look at it almost like at a decade basis. Like, but I saw some guy tweeted he's like most people make all their money in their life in like a 5 to 10 year period, and I was kind of thinking about that too. I was like, that's very true. Like it really is just like one little tiny period that most people just make all their money. And so I've been kind of thinking about that recently. Like, so I mean, short answer is we have time, but I mean, back to like the kid, it's like, you know, that's where I want to like build a house. I want to get back to like, and that's just kind of me too. I've always kind of enjoyed like being outside, and I
Yeah.
want to have like have a nice garden, like get some fucking solar panels or you know whatever.
Yeah. Get that
It's,
ranch life, bro.
Yeah, ranch life, dude. I mean, you can probably see I got the cowboy hats back there. So
Okay.
so
Dude, I feel like that's what everyone is like starting to want, you know? It's like everyone
Yeah.
wants to just run up a big bag and then just, you know, move out off grid, small town, get some cows.
dude, yeah, because that's
Traditional
funny
family,
too.
bro.
Because I always like say like, I never really fucked with like the Miami vibe, and I know you just spent some time in Miami. How was that?
It was interesting, bro. It was, you know, I was there for 2 months. I think I definitely could not live there.
Yeah.
You also kind of just like, everything is just money, bro. Everything. You know, so it's kind of like that's all you start thinking of. And like looking back, I think I'm happier now back in Canada running my business with my team, you know, than I was living in an apartment in Miami. You know, I was still really fun and the quality of life's very high. But like, dude, you start thinking just purely about money, which is, you know, whether you want that or not. But
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's
there's
interesting.
Because there's different types of money, dude. It's like there's like money that's good for you and bad for you. Like I know a friend, like I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like, oh yeah, dude, I'm just getting into like the OnlyFans agency. Like I just got my first girl. I'm like, bro, that's so degenerate, dude. Like that's fucking bad for your soul, man. Like that type of money, like, or there's other people that like, you know, they do whatever. We don't need to get into that. But yeah, the Miami, just like, oh, like run up the bag, like whatever it takes. Like, you know, I'm sure you've seen there's some crazy businesses, online stuff that people do. So I don't know. I've never really enjoyed that type of thing either. So
Yeah. Dude, it's also funny to see it firsthand. But like there are scammers, bro.
yeah,
Like I never really thought it, and then like I met some people and it's like, bro, this guy's straight up lying. But
yeah, you can
all the
see
best
that.
to them, you know.
Yeah, and they're not happy, dude. They might have 3 Lamborghinis, bro, but their soul is like torched. Like look at guys even like Wes Watson, like that guy's lost it, dude. Like he's like completely like just lost the game just because he's like so in the money and just like lost in the sauce. Like I would so much rather just have like now we just got some acreage. We're gonna build a nice little house. Like
Yeah.
I don't need a fucking Lamborghini or any of that stuff. Like yeah, maybe someday if we ever wanted to, but I don't know. I personally just like don't have any desire for that. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Just go outside, man. Like you look at the trees. Like I don't see how people could be like, oh, I want to move to the city and like that sounds awesome. It's like, fuck, man. I've always liked being outside and like having like a good spot, you know.
Yeah,
But
bro.
to each their own, dude. Everyone else, that's the thing.
100%, yeah.
To each their own, man. If you
I
want to
also
live
love
in
Miami, bro.
go for it.
Like it was awesome, but yeah, I totally know what you mean, you know. Especially when you have a kid.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly
like,
too.
Where do you want to raise your kid?
Miami would have been fun. Yeah, maybe for guys. Yeah, when I was like 20, like younger. But
Yeah.
yeah, now it's just your priorities shift, and that's totally cool. You know, you just follow the path of life, and that's why I love having my own business because, you know, you can really just control what you do every single day, and that's the end of the day. I like to do what I like to do, and so, you know, having a business where you just do that, you get paid to just live your life essentially. But yeah.
Yeah, bro. Dude, what's next for you, man?
Yeah,
What's
just
kind of on the horizon, bro? You know, you
I
obviously
wanna
got
get
this
the house
move
built,
coming.
dude.
Yeah, you building the house?
Yeah, that's kind
And
of
then
the
also,
goal.
what's
Working
next
on-
kind of like in the business and the social media? And, you know, you've got a massive, massive YouTube channel. You got your product. You got the software, you know. Like, what's next for Spencer, bro?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's always like I want to grow like the home service community. Like we got like the home service mastermind, so we kind of just stopped doing like any sort of like I do a little bit of one-on-one coaching, but it's mostly just like, hey, just come in the group, get that going.
Yeah.
And then eventually too, I do want to not pivot it, but just like slowly add more stuff in where it's like maybe we have like a fitness guy inside. We have like for me too, like I spoke with some like people who help build homes. Like maybe we have some home building such. Like have it just be like overall like a men's community where people can come in and, you know, hey, I'm curious how to build a house or how I can find out where my land is zoned. And so
Do you want to
just,
get
like,
into
overall,
home
just, like-
building?
what was that?
I said, do you want to get into home building or just build yours?
We'll see, dude. I mean, it can't be that hard. That's
Dude,
that's
home
all I'll
building's
say.
so cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
People, and like I always talk to people too, like they're like complaining about their contractors and such, like, oh, like this contractor did this, they stole money, blah blah blah. I'm like, fuck,
dude,
well,
the bar is low. Yeah.
The bar is low, exactly.
The bar's
so,
low in home service, and it's low in
Yes.
it's like low in everything, in all these
Yeah.
like blue collar industries. I think.
like, bro, if you are a good dude, you do good work, you're gonna be just fine. You work hard, life, you will be just fine. So that's what I would say to anybody listening. Like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. Sometimes it's gonna be harder than you think, and that's really the only times where like you get down on yourself is because like, oh, I thought it was gonna be easier. Or, like, oh, but once you really like kind of lower your expectations, be like, hey, I'm doing good work, getting good money, like everything's fine. I have everything I need. You know, God provides everything that we need. That's really at the end of the day. So I don't know. That's just kind of how I've been living recently. So
Yeah. Dude, I find for me, bro, since I, started like having more faith, bro, You kind of get a lot of your weight off your shoulder as an entrepreneur, you know? Like a lot of the stuff we do, bro, it's like high stress. You know, it's like, dude, you're sending out big quotes, you're doing big jobs, clients aren't happy, you might have damaged someone's house. Like, bro, you've gone through all of this. And I found it like, yeah, it really lifted weight. It's like, yeah, this is tough, whatever. This was what was, you know, meant to happen.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, you
That's
said
what's
it, like,
necessary.
everything is faith. Everything's
Yeah.
faith. Like, when you walk out the house in the morning, you're, like, assuming that you're not going to get struck by a car or by a meteorite. You have no fucking clue what happens. Like,
Right.
and at a large scale, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's like we're, like, the universe. Like, we are all here to just, like, experience life to our fullest, I think. And so you should be doing what you want to do, what you feel your soul's, like, highest purpose is. So that's why, you know, every day, just, like, you know, deep inside, like, if you're doing what you're doing is right, if that's good for you. And so, you know, that kind of takes away a lot of the stress, because I feel like stress is only really comes up when you're doing things you don't want to be doing or you don't like doing. So, and that's, so I try not to do that as much. And so it kind of gets rid of a lot of the stress. And just knowing that, yeah, everything's going to work out. As long as I work hard, do good, everything's going to be fine, you know?
Yeah, totally, bro. We've got a couple minutes left here, bro. Do you got I want to give you the stage, you know, to wrap it up. Do you have like any last kind of advice for the people watching, you know, all these young guys out there? Do you have any books you think they should read? I don't know if you're a big book guy or,
Oh, yeah.
you know, how do you find a mentor?
Yeah, dude, that's I love that. Yeah, that's kind of where I really liked this business from the beginning, is I was always able to, like, throw on my AirPods, start listening to just audiobooks, podcasts, just like that's all I do. Go make money, and then I'm like also listening about how to make more money or how to get my mind right. And so it's really like killing two birds with one stone. Like, you're making it just like the compounding effect is real. And so books that I remember really getting into, like, I mean, obviously everyone's read like the basics, you know, like 48 Laws or Think and Grow Rich. Like, those are like, definitely start there. But some good ones I've been reading a lot recently, like I love like Ayn Rand, like Atlas Shrugged and such, The Fountainhead. It's
Is that
kind
like
of a
philosophy?
good, yeah, you could say like a little more, almost more philosophy, because Ayn Rand is like, it's kind of like, yeah, be kind of the best version of yourself. Kind of, she's kind of like underneath like Nietzsche. I don't know if people have read. I've only read a little bit of Nietzsche. It's a little bit kind of hard. It's a little bit dense, but
He condenses his a lot of thought into a tiny bit of writing. A lot
Yeah.
of like aphorisms, I think it's called. You know,
yeah, I don't know yeah, it's.
I just
but no,
watched a course
yeah, I know
on
what
him,
you're
bro.
saying.
I'm
Yeah,
in
it's,
Jordan Peterson's school, and so I watched the the course.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson's cool. Yeah, anyone that tells you like, yeah, just living a life, being a better man, and you can see like, yeah, because yeah, like back to like that Wes Watson guy too. I used to follow him and like, but now it's like once you can see when people kind of lose the plot, and so, but yeah, no, books are great. Yeah, like I mentioned those, obviously too. Like, I mean, even just like the Bible is, I would have like not recommended that in the past, but now it's like if you read like stuff Jesus said, it's like, dude, so much of that applies to your business and life, just like being a good neighbor, being a good person, and like doing good work and such. Just like simple things like that, dude. And it's like, it's really powerful stuff when you really look at it.
Yeah.
So,
Are there any books in the Bible that
Dude.
that really hit you, or that you think like if you're in business? You know?
Yeah, so I really focus on just like what Jesus said, like so Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. So
Right.
those are like the 4 books that are all like written by dudes that were there, and they all basically, it's the same story, right? So it's like it's the same story of Jesus told from just 4 different perspectives, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, you know, Christianity is like, it's, and people say it's like the highest IQ because there's like thousands of witnesses there to see Jesus and such, and people are just telling the story and just listen to what Jesus said. Like, that's as simple as it gets. Because, and this is another thing too that's really interesting. A book that I'm reading right now is called Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. Really, really peels back like.
That's a big book, eh?
Is that?
It's a big book.
I got it on Kindle, so it's like,
Oh,
I think it's
word.
like 250 pages or something, but I'm like a third through it. But because there's 3 of them actually, so yeah, I think you're right. It's like 3 books, but dude, it's like that one peels back like into like the consciousness and like everything like what we're doing here, and I guess just kind of closing out, dude, like don't be afraid. Like that's said in the Bible, like I think it's like 365 times, but like, and that's in like conversations with God. It's like you're either in your fear-based, and we see this like every day, like so many people are just in the fear-based mentality versus like the love and abundance mentality. So you're either in one or the other. And so really focusing on just not being afraid, everything's gonna be fine, being in that love and abundance state. So that's kind of like,
that's really what faith
that took
is,
me
bro.
years to get to this spot. But like if guys really want like the cheat code, like start reading that type of stuff, start like following that, like don't ever be afraid. Like that shit'll change your life, dude.
Okay, bro. Hey, well, I think we should end it on that, dude.
Yeah, man.
Where can people find you? What's the best way to reach out? Or
yeah, just like Instagram, or yeah, like I got my group and such. So anyone's welcome to come in, as long as you're, doing good work, working hard. You're welcome in. So yeah.
Awesome, bro. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Go check out Spencer. Spencer, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro.